Hey, happy Thursday, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know where you may be located right now, but welcome into the Vent NightCap. We are so excited to have you here. We're excited to join in conversation with you. We're always excited to be here in a communal space where we can get tips on how to rest, how to take care of ourselves, how to be better to ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Welcome to the Vent Nightcap. This is a space where we come, we commune, we talk, we take a load off, we get information, we share information. So although you see me on the screen, this is space where we want to hear from you. This is community space. So share what you've learned, share what you know, share what you've experienced, because every voice is valued, every voice matters, and every voice has something to add to the conversation. So thank you for coming in. If you're new to the event, this is a space to express. Feel free to type in the comments. Feel free to just listen. Feel free to share this. Feel free to take what you need and head out if you're ready for bed or you're going to work or you have something else to do. Whatever you need, we want to make sure that you get it. So whether you're joining us on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, welcome into the space. This is exciting to be here. This is our last night for this week of the nightcap. So want to leave you with just a few things. Tonight's episode, we are really focusing on the power of reflection. So, for some of us, reflection may be looking years back. For others, like personally, reflection for me, I often will look at what happened today and go through my day and figure out, what some highs were, what some things I could have handled better, some things that I need to follow up on. Today was very interesting because I actually went past, like on Instagram and Facebook, they give you like memories and you can go back and see old posts from like this day, a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. I saw an old post that talked about, I said, excuse me if something, but I'm working on like 13 things right now. And I said, but in 2021, there'll be beaches and bonfires, just beaches and bonfires. And that reflection was big for me because one, we just had our vent bonfire this past Sunday. So it was a reminder of what we're planning and then what you actually were able to do, what you were able to accomplish, what we were able to get through. So for all of that, for all of us, that's a moment for us to look back, whether it's a year ago, 10 years ago, 3 years ago. Often, if we just pause and reflect, you can look at your journey. And while you may not be where you think you should be, or you may not be as far as you planned in the moment, you can see how far you've made it. So 2021, I was talking about beaches and bonfires, and we're just fresh off of a community bonfire. So for me, that was really, really, really exciting to see that. And I encourage you to look at your notebooks, look at old things that you've written down. I have a notebook here from like last month when I was at a retreat and looking at things as reminders, looking at things positively, things that you want to work through and grow from, looking at those things, seeing what you wrote down, seeing what God told you, seeing what ideas came. And sometimes it's good to circle back to those things to reignite your fire or to remind you, like, hey, remember when this was just a check off on the list and now you've done it. So that's exciting. I don't know if any of y'all have had any of those moments, but I've definitely had those moments. I'm sure you've had those moments where you're like, man, I remember when I was planning this and now it has happened. Or I remember when I started that, I'm going to go back and pick it up where I left off so I can keep moving forward. So that's just for me, that's exciting. Hey, Carl. Hey, Bobby. For me, that's exciting because often we get so caught up in what's happening right now that we forget how far we've come and what progress we have made. So quick, this is supposed to be a quick conversation, right? But I get excited about it because when you reflect, you really get to see how far you've grown, how far you've come, how much you've overcome. And the first thing that as we talk about growth, reflection fuels growth. So I don't know what your day was like, what your time has been like, but if you just take a moment to sit in the car, to sit on your couch, to lay in the bed, to sit in the bathtub or in the shower and just pause, you can really go back in time and see things, growth in job, growth in relationships, growth in your personal development, growth and ideas that you've had. And while they may not be fully, where you want them to be, your reflection will remind you, remember when this was just an idea in your head. Remember when you were just putting in the application. Remember when you were moving into the new place or preparing to move, and now you're there. So that's something to celebrate. So kind of for us to bring that back together, resting is not a luxury. And this is from the Nat Bishop, Trisha Hersey. It's a deep listening practice. What does that mean? When you reflect, often you're not talking. You're reading, like I have my notebook here. When you're reflecting, you're reading something that you've written before. You are thinking and just I don't know what your reflection looks like, but personally, like y'all can share, of course. Personally, my reflection looks like going back to moments in time. Like I can see me standing there, see me sitting there, see me talking to the person in my head. So I'm not talking, but I'm listening and I'm trying to remember. Things are being brought back to my remembrance of, remember when you said you want to do this, or remember when you prayed about this, or remember when this happened. And it takes you back to that moment, and you can look back and say, oh, now I remember when I wanted a new car and then I got the new car. I remember when I wanted the bigger apartment and now I moved in. I remember when I wanted to move to this city, to this state, to this country, and now I'm there. I remember when I wanted to start the clothing line or the ministry or the business, and now I'm writing the business plan. Now I'm collaborating with other people. Now I'm networking. Now I'm in school. Now I'm getting a certificate. So you can see literally you listening, going back to what you wrote before, what you heard before, what you were shown before, and seeing, okay, it was just an idea. Now it's here. And that's enough to celebrate over. Again, we talked about this the other night, the small victories. So you may not have the big overwhelming picture yet, but what you do have is the stepping stones to help you get further. So you may not be where you want to be, but you have taken progress from where you started. Anybody excited about progress, about making progress, about moving forward, about moving forward and knowing that there's still more to come, and you are making it happen because your idea has now come off paper, come off what you heard, come off what you were thinking, and now you're actually walking in it. Now you're actually working through it. Now you're actually calling people and doing research and taking those stepping stones so that it can become a full reality. So celebrate those moments. Don't let that get you down. Reframing, it's not letting it get you down because you're not exactly where you want to be yet, but reframing is, I've taken steps, so now I am moving forward, and it's not where it was. I've made some progress. So how does that look for us practically? One, take time to reflect. Today, this weekend, it's Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, pick one of those days. Take time to reflect. Right? Choose a day now, because if you don't plan it, if you're not intentional, right? This is one of our older episodes. If you're not intentional, it won't happen. Take time to reflect. So choose your day. You can drop your day in the comments, or you can say your day out loud to yourself. What would be your day that you would choose to reflect? So what does that look like? What sitting and listening, right? It's a listening practice. Reflection is a listening practice. What made me smile today? So as you look over your day from when you woke up to now you're back home, or you're on the road, or you're kind of winding down, what made me smile today? It also can be any combination of these and other questions, or it could be one of these. What was challenging? So today could have been a great day, but also had challenging moments, or it could have been a challenging day with some silver lining, or it could have just been a challenging day. So what was challenging, and how do I handle it? So did I lash out? Did I take some time to pause? Did I take some time by myself? It was challenging, and what happened after that? How did I handle it? What am I looking forward to tomorrow? So our day is winding down now. So whether your day is winding down in the morning or at night and midday, what am I looking forward to tomorrow? So this is what happened today. I had the meeting, I had to work, I had time off, I went to the grocery store, I had to get the kids, whatever that is for you. Okay, this happened today. Now, and because it doesn't have to be but, and what am I looking forward to tomorrow? That could be, I don't have to work. That could be, I have a final presentation. I'm looking forward to it. Why? Because it'll be done. If nothing else, it'll be done. What are you looking forward to? What made you smile? What was challenging? One thing that I ask my daughter often is, what was the highlight? Right? And what was a valley for you today? So what was a highlight, the best part of your day, made you smile, you were so excited, you wish you could do it again. But also, What was a part that I don't really want to redo it? I might not want to talk about it yet, but we want to at least have awareness of it so we can work through it later. So take some time to reflect, think about those things. Other part of growth, we only have two things tonight. So the other part of reflection causes growth, but it also restores clarity. And we talked about this before, right? The more you go, sometimes you get brain fog, you can't think straight. You're so tired, you start to get like hysterical. You can't hear straight. You don't know what's going on. You can't even decide what you want to eat. You got home and you don't know. Y'all ever driven? Have you ever driven home or driven somewhere and you don't even remember how you got there? Like, you know you were driving the car, but you were looking, but you weren't really paying attention, and then you look up and you're at your destination. Like, one, that's not good. But two, because your body is just almost like in a go mode or it's in this cycle, it knows what to do. But a lot of times it's because we're so foggy, we're so overwhelmed, we're so stressed that your body just knows, okay, I'm going home. So just subconsciously, I know how to get there, even if I'm not paying direct attention. So let's work on that. I've done it. I do it sometimes. We're not judging nobody, but let's work on that. Not Bishop Trisha Hersey says, we are worthy simply because we exist. When we pause, we reclaim the truth. So what does clarity bring? Clarity breeds truth. So if when we take time to reflect, when we take time during our day to pause, when we take time to just breathe, woosah, separate from everything else, cut the TV off, get off social media, pause from the phone, go on do not disturb, go in the bathroom where hopefully nobody else comes, but we know sometimes the kids and the maid knock on the door. That's okay. Taking time to pause, taking a couple of days off work, taking the weekend, taking the early time in the morning, whatever that looks like for you. When you pause, you can reclaim truth, meaning you can see clearly, you can hear more clearly, you can process information better because we talked about that cognitive, emotional, spiritual connection. You can process information more clearly. So when you pause, not only does it affect you mentally, cognitively, physically, spiritually, but it's this holistic thing where I pause, my body, my nervous system is, in a better space. I pause, I can hear better. So I'm not trying to hear three different things at one time and not catching any of it. Y'all ever been there like three or four people talking to you or you're in a meeting and you are present, you are there, but you ain't really hear nothing that was going on because you have so many things going on in your mind. You have so many voices going off, you don't hear nothing. So pausing helps you regain truth. What's happening here? What's the best response? What should I be doing in this moment? Clearly taking a moment to, even as we talked about in prior episodes, prioritize what needs to be done, what can wait, what am I kind of like, not right now, right? So that's what we're looking at when we talk about that. So here's a tool to take with you. Set a weekly pause. Intentionality is so important when it comes to rest. If you don't plan it, it won't happen. If you don't plan a vacation, you won't take it because you'll be booking days and you don't have anything blocked off. So everything will start to fill up. Set a weekly pause moment. So it could be 30 minutes. If 30 minutes you like, girl, you crazy, start off with 5 minutes. Choose one day each week to take a 30-minute pause. So during that time, you are not doing work. You are not watching TV and working. You are not doing a small thing, right? We always, I can just do this. No, don't just do that. Stop, pause, because even things that seem small, you're cognitively, you're still paying attention. You're still working your brain. You're still working your mind. So you're really not pausing when you're watching TV and doing work. Like it may for you feel like no, because you're focusing now on two things at least, the TV and whatever you're doing. So set a weekly pause moment intentionally. So what does that mean? That means Wednesdays from 6:30 to 7. I'm on do not disturb. I'm not doing work for anybody. I'm not doing any business plan. I'm not working on anything for myself. I'm not running to the store real quick. I am not. You are pausing. You are having, you know, a good meal, you are sitting in the tub, you're in the shower, you're taking some quiet time in the dark, whatever that looks like for you, that's the actual pause and not I'm sitting down, but I'm gonna just do this real quick. Because we love that. And I'm saying it because I do it too. Excuse me. What I'm saying is pause for real. Don't even allow your mind to not be idle, but hey, Reverend Lawrence, allow your mind to sometimes like just don't try not to think about anything. Try to center yourself, play some ocean music or some soft tunes or something that will allow you to relax. Play that to allow your mind to just decompress and to get off, like center yourself and get it. Everything that happened that day, you may have to take the first 5 minutes to clear that out of your mind so that you really can, yes, press the pause button. Like Reverend Lawrence said, press the moment. And that 30 minutes may not, it may be bigger and make a bigger impact than you think because it really allows your brain cognitively, this is proven, to reset and go to its innovation and creativity mode because it's not bogged down by all the things that you take on with work and children and people that you're responsible for and mentoring and all these other things. So your wins, celebrate your wins in that moment as well. So wins big or small, wins big or small. A win is a win is a win is a win. So if you ate good on one meal a day, that is a win. If you took 5 minutes instead of 30, that is a win. If you told somebody no, that is a win, right? Take that time to really pause and be, and I'm kind of driving it because I really want us to do it because we keep saying we're going to do it and then we don't do it. And then we are forced to do it by whatever reason because we didn't rest. So now your body, you literally can't do it because your body is either tired or, we're not feeling well. So now your body's saying, okay, if you don't want to rest, I'm going to make you rest. So do it voluntarily so that you don't get to the point where you have to do it and it don't feel good for you. So know that you can do it and start it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pick a day. This is our challenge for this nightcap. Pick a day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When are you going to choose to do your pause moment? And you can do it in community. You can do it with someone you love. Pause. Y'all just sit together and have some time, drink some tea, listen to some music, and just sit there and enjoy such. Y'all don't even have to talk to each other. Just enjoy such each other's presence and company. That's all you have to do. Like, this is our challenge for the week. I'm gonna ask y'all about it next week. I'm gonna ask you about it next week. So I encourage you to do it. It's not homework because I don't want to be no pressure, but I encourage you to do it. Here's our last thing. This is our community affirmation. Rest is not lazy. Rest is powerful. I reclaim my time. Rest is not lazy. Rest is powerful. I reclaim my time. Remember, reflection brings growth and it also brings clarity. So know that your pause moments are productive in the sense that it allows you to not just be creative, but it also allows you to think clearly. Thank you, Miss Keisha. And speaking of Miss Keisha, I have I was just showing my notebook where I reflect sometimes, and this was on my desk today, but I reflect in notebooks, notes that I've written at past things. So even when you reflect, it could be something that was previously happened that's far out, or something that's years ago, or even weeks ago. Like I was on a purpose retreat last month, but this is something that I can reflect on. So take time to do that. And Miss Keisha will be on our she's on Facebook with us. She will be our guest on the Vent Live next week. So Tuesday night at 9 p.m. we'll be talking about thriving, a future where you are able to thrive. So we'll be talking about some of these things as we are talking about intentionally planning and doing things like that. So I'm excited to have her on. Again, thank you all for coming in. Reverend Lawrence, Carl, I saw Bobby, Roland. If I didn't see you pop up, sometimes if there's no comment, I can't see it. But thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you. Remember that rest is not lazy. Rest is powerful, and you can reclaim your time. I'm excited too, Miss Keisha. Cannot wait. You have to reclaim your time. Be intentional about resting. Don't forget to pick your day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Take your 30 minutes, drink your tea, sit with somebody, do something that is not productive for anybody else except for you restoring your rest. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I cannot wait to see you again Sunday for the Vent Nightcap, and I will see you on Tuesday with our special guest, Miss Keisha McDaniel. I will see you on Tuesday, and we will chat about us thriving in the future. So I will see you soon. I cannot wait. Good night, everybody. Get some rest.